going on YouTube? Trucking the life here one more time, guys. Guys and gals and gals and girls. Yeah. Try YouTube. Whole nother day. Whole nother donut. Half a donut in some cases, you know. But anyway, this is one thing I was thinking about, guys. I was thinking like, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta reflect on things that go on in your life. Like I say, I made the whole video about. Don't put some aesthetics in this video too, guys. But I'm thinking about my journey. This has been my journey of trucking, the roller coaster. That's all I can really say about it. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. You let your hood up. Don't let it down too hard, guys. You're seeing guys, they sling their hood open. Now the Volvos, they got like I think Volvos and the Cascadias, they got like soft closing hoods, and you can open it kind of like you like lift it up and it just opens out like on hydraulics or something. Old Faithful here ain't got all that, so you gotta open it gently. Cause these are hood straps right here, and you got the hood bars down up in that somewhere. So if these straps break, that hood will come all the way down, guys. So you gotta be careful. So when you open your hoods, when you got an older truck, it's old, treat it gentle. But anyway, checking the little stuff right here. Usually, back there behind that old water pump back here, it's usually a hose. It's a hose back there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a hose back there. Every time when the weather change, I see cooling on my top of my water pump right there. That's because of the flexure, the temperature changing. It loosens up the clamps, and them clamps is hard to get to back there. I got to really squeeze back there and really get to it. It's behind that pipe right there. So when if you ever about to try to tighten up something, if somebody ever take all this off, and they put some hoses back there, try to have them guys put the. If you can remember, I know it's kind of hard to catch sometimes, because you know when the mechanics take stuff apart and they put it back together, they ain't thinking about you trying to get back there to tighten up a hose. They think they gonna put the hose on, put all the stuff back around it. But if you ever get back there and you catch them, tell them guys put the lug nuts on the outside, on this side, so you come in from this way, at least tighten them up. Not the lug nuts, but the nuts, the wire, the nut tightener things. What are you talking about? The screws, like the lip right here. Have them put it on the outside so you get to it. Because one time. One of these nuts right here is way back here on the inside. You can't get to it because all this stuff is in the way. In case you got to tighten it up, in case you guys care. People out here be doing some strange things. And also too, make sure I did a video about I had a blew brake chamber before, and I usually have like a bolt in your brake chamber. You can cage the brake chamber to get it somewhere to get it fixed right, but I think I gotta have some brand new brake chambers put on. Make sure my bolt's still out. I'm gonna show you guys the bolt real quick and I'm getting on with the video, guys. See the bolt right here inside of there? The bolt. If you guys ever get brake chambers, see this bolt right here? This bolt right here? That's the bolt. You gotta put it in front of that to cage the brake in case this thing blow. You get it somewhat safely so they can fix it. But they steal these off of the trucks, guys. They steal them. So you wanna make sure your stuff is there. I was over the road. Guess you guys don't know what OTR is. And I remember one time, well, it's been a lot of times, but of crazy events on the road. But there's a couple times I remember, and I'm gonna point out a couple things, and I'm gonna hit the points on this video. I ain't been this video too long. A lot of my story is broken up throughout this whole channel, but I'm gonna try to put in a synopsis in this video and try not to make it too long. But I want to make sure that people understand that when you see somebody where they at, you don't know how they got there. I remember this one guy real quick, he told me, hey man, you got all the jobs. I said, really? Is that right? I got all the jobs. Do you want the experience that I went from getting quote unquote all the jobs? Do you want that too? Because they got to come along with the practice, baby. They come along with the package. I had a trainer. Me and that guy, we could not get along, guys. When I said we couldn't get along, that was an understatement. I was young, I was high-headed, I was getting on his nerve. He was older, he was just getting on my nerve, and I was getting on his nerve, we was getting on each other's nerve. So he was like, hey, quick instructions. He got through driving, was switching driving. He would drive for like his, I don't know, 5 hours, 6 hours. And then I drive like my 5 or 6 hours. We were just switching on and off, right? And he'd go get some sleep. But one night I don't know, I tried to turn around in this parking lot and I had made the wrong turn because he was asleep, and he woke up and he was like, what you doing? Because he felt the truck slowing down. I guess, you know, cause I'm a new guy. And I said, I think I made the wrong turn. But I turn around this parking lot, it was like in the middle of the night. He was like, we can't make it in here. You look, he got out. He said, wait, he said, hold on, stop the truck. He got out, he looked. He said, we probably gonna make it, man, but you gotta, he said, just go for it, skip it. So he sat outside and looked anyway, but I came real close to skinning the building, right? Because it was like an empty parking lot, but it was a building and it was like a fence or something. But anyway, so he ain't had to get much sleep that day, right? So I said, dang, I woke him up because we was out there for a couple hours trying to get turned around, trying to get us back on the right path. I made a wrong turn. We was going the wrong way, right? And so he stayed up with me for a little bit to make sure I got on the right track. Then he went back to that guy a couple hours sleep. By the time he got back his couple hours sleep, it was time for him to drive again. So I tried to drive over the limit, but he woke up, he's like, no, I got it, right? So I ended up going, I laid down, got my sleep. It's time for me to drive again. But before it's time for me to drive again, it was time for us to go in the mountains. He's like, look, we've been through a couple mountains before, but this one was different. We were somewhere out west. And he was like, look, man, same gear you go up in, same gear you go down in. Follow that rule, we'll be okay. And watch your temperature gauge. And he went back there and got in bed and went to sleep. Well, he's back there doing it because the curtains closed. I was like, okay, simple rules. I'm going through the mountain, I'm going up there, I went up the mountain, my shifter wasn't the greatest. I get to the top, it's a sign, it was like a digital board up there. And it said, hey, slow down. It's actually, it said the name of my company I was with, and it said slow down. And I was like, if I knew how to slow down, I think I'd slow down. But apparently I don't know how to slow down. So I'm talking to the sign like he could hear me, right? I don't know if he heard me, but he was back there laid out, whatever he was back there doing, right? And so we going down this mountain, guys, when I tell you, this is one of the scariest moments I ever had in my life. This was one of the scariest moments I've had in my life. Halfway down the mountain, I'm in the wrong gear, and I was always taught, whatever you do, stay in some gear versus getting out of gear, you know? So I go down the mountain, I'm in a gear, but the gear too high. RPMs revving crazy. I was trying to keep my cool, guys, for a moment, but I screamed. I screamed like a woman in an opera. Oh! I heard the thing. I said, hey, he said, what's wrong? So I'm back there, I'm screaming crazy. I said, we gonna die. He like, what? He said, why you going so fast? I said, man, if I knew, don't you think I would try to stop it? But anyway, he said, what gear you in? And I was like, well, I don't know. It's in the gear though. Anyway, guys, we both screaming. He was over there screaming, I'm screaming. He's like, look. He's like, hey, just be calm, be cool. And I thank God, I lost my brakes. You know how you read in your book, your brakes get hot, they can brake failure. Well, I actually experienced that. I lost my brakes, and I thank God, always by the grace of God, because I started stab braking. So I got the brake, speed up real quick. Stab braking, get out the brake, speed up real quick. And I didn't want to come out of gear, because if I knew we come out of gear, we'd be rolling, we'd be in free fall, right? He like, hey, just stab the brakes. He like, get on a little more, let it cool off, get on a little more. And imagine, it ain't a straight hill down, guys. We going in a curve. It's a curve. I forgot the name of that mountain. But anyway, on that last little curve, coming out the mountain, coming down the other side of the mountain, it was a straightaway. Brakes out of there, guys. We coasted. We had to coast to a stop. And I thank God, by the grace of God, that we was on one accord. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't mad at me, I was mad at him until we stopped. He's like, you trying to kill us? You trying to kill us? You don't like me that much, you trying to kill us? I'm like, look, I'm glad I didn't succeed. First of all, if I'm trying to kill you and I'm trying to kill me in the process, it's defeating the purpose. Anyway, guys, that was one of the scariest times I've ever had in my life. Every time I go through a mountain, after that, I went super slow. You had those super truckers, them flatbeds come flying by you, looking at you crazy. I don't care. They ain't been through what I've been through, so I digress. Oh yeah, that was crazy. Two moving companies I worked with. One moving company, it was a straight truck job. They needed a driver, but I was a mover too. Man, that was crazy, guys. I ain't gonna lie, that was one of the craziest part of this career, this whole journey. That was one of the craziest ones. It's up there with the rails. The main thing with them things was, anybody want to see my story, go back. I got a video talking about working with a bunch of drug addicts. I go into more details on that video. But yeah, now I work with two moving companies. One was a straight job. I had a fixed crew. They was drug addicts, they was hypes too. But the one that really got me was the one when I was working with the big company. I had to go wait in the bullpen just for them to call us to work. They needed a driver and a crew. A lot of guys already had their crews, and I was new, so I didn't have a crew, and I was a driver that was new there. So I go in this bullpen every single day, trying to get picked like a dog in a shelter or something. You know, like you in a shelter, like pick me, come on, pick me. I know you want to pick me. And you like, man, after about a good 2 weeks of that, I realized, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. Your boy gotta get up out of here. And besides, I wasn't making no money there. All the money I was making there was going to fines, was going to like, what's it called? Like when you tab stuff, it was going to claims. All the money I was making there was going to claims. I got like my checks, the checks I was getting from that place and all the hours I was putting in, I could have made more working at McDonald's. And after about 2 weeks, probably 3, I think, max of that, I was like, nah, I can't do it. And I really, somebody might ask, well, why'd you go to moving company route? Because they were the first ones to call me back. When I got off the road, I didn't last out there too long, so I applied for I applied for any job that would hire me when it came to driving a truck. And they was the ones that called me back the quickest, so I went, and let's just say, I learned a lot. You always learn from everything you do, but the moving business, with me, with the hypes, man, hey, I had a rule of thumb. When I grew up in the hood, I ain't even deal with the hypes in my hood like that, unless they was fixing my car or something. I ain't finna go to work with them. They wasn't getting no money. I actually landed a job where it was like a little better position than what I was at. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, your boy kept looking. I wasn't like just selling, man, for anything. And so I had found another job where I was actually with a recycling company. Now, when I was with a recycling company, okay, yeah, that'll hold. I ain't going nowhere. Just gonna put that in there. That company was okay, but it was a little more stable. It was a little more stable than that than a moving company gigs. What the heck? There you go. It's a little more stable than a moving company gig. There we go. Come on. Gotta roughhouse that. There we go. It's a little more stable than a moving company jobs. But the only problem I had with that one was it paid like $14 an hour, $13 an hour. And I was like, well, I'll take it. It's better than getting paid less than McDonald's what I was doing before, right? So I was like, you know what? I'll do it. Cause you know, it was something that came up quick. Like I said, I was trying to hop. Now I was job hopping because I ain't find nothing stable to do. You know what I'm saying? Come on, where you at? There you go, come on. There you go, I know you wanna work. There you go, I know you wanna work. I know you wanna work. Anyway, so I was job hopping at that moment because I was trying to look for something stable. So I get to the recycling company, and long story short, I got a video on my channel of how I became my own operator. I explained more about this details of this in that video. But anyway, I ended up working there for a little minute, and I was mainly on the dock, working a forklift, a bobcat, and I was driving a straight truck a lot of the times. Then they finally threw me in a semi-trailer after a little while, and they threw me out there on a bad snow day. I guess one of the guys called off. They're supposed to run that run. I was the one on the dock working. I had a CDL. So they threw me out there and said, hey, you're up. You gotta go to Michigan and pick up a load and bring it back. Anyway, that's when I had 2 accidents in one day, guys, when I was with that company. Look ahead, baby. And I didn't even put this in that other video, but before I had the 2 accidents, I got stuck in like a ditch or something. Like I was coming back into the city, and I was trying to, it was like a detour because I guess there was some accidents because of the snowstorm. So I had to go around, but I tried to make a turn, and it was nighttime, and I thought my trailer could to make the turn. I kind of swung out a little wide, and my drives got stuck on a little down part. And I was out there for about an hour trying to get unstuck on that thing. But anyway, I get unstuck, and I get out, I'm trying to hurry up now, 'cause I'm trying to get back to the terminal with this load, and I had 2 accidents. I found a better job after that. I had a couple of jobs here and there, but these are the major jobs I had, you know. So this is the job I was at for 8 years. This is the job I also mentioned when I first got there. It was decent, but the work was, again, with trucking is so volatile. You work, some days I was working nights, some days I was working days. Some days I was working midday to night, and I was working midday overnight to the morning. I was working all crazy hours at that job. And I was like, I'm finna quit. I can't take this, but I can't quit. I gotta get fired so I get unemployment. That was my plan, at least. So when I first got there, I was trying to get fired. They wouldn't fire me for nothing. Then I got planted there for a couple years. I was like, okay, I can do this. It's more stable than other stuff I had going on, so I said I could do this. And I tried to keep the job, and I almost got fired. I can't count the times. I'm like, I don't understand how that works. I'm trying to get fired. They wouldn't fire me, but I'm trying to keep my job, and they're trying to find a reason to fire me. Anyway, at that job, I had accidents, guys. Now, I ain't just highlighting the bad stuff. I'm just saying this is part of my journey. Like me bagging up all crazy and stuff all over the place and trying different things. Climbing 12s and stuff in my career, man. I done had, you can't get experience without the experience itself. That's all I'm saying. So at that job, it was okay. You know, I learned how to drive doubles there, double trailers. I learned how to back up double trailers there from guys that's been there for a while. But I remember a couple accidents I had, and I got a video called my three worst accidents. Sweat of my eye, guys. Sorry about that. 3 worst accidents, and these are in there. One time I had tore up a TV station. I tore down they lights. I went in there, it was lit up. I left, it was completely dark. I had another time I ran over a fire hydrant. I heard the metal bendings. Drivers sitting outside watching me back into a dock off a street. I'm trying to watch the cars, I'm trying to watch the dock, I'm trying to watch the truck in the dock. And I didn't pay attention to the fire hydrants. I heard kaboom, blah, 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 blah. I went to go look at my bumper to see the damage after I'd done it. The bumper like. Anyway. I done made a sardine out of a pup, a 28-foot trailer pup. I peeled the top of that thing like a sardine, man. I'm telling you guys, your boy done been through some stuff doing this business, man. I done been through some stuff. So I said, forget this. I had all ups and downs, the nights, the line haul, running in the daytime. I said, I got tired of this, man. They were working us to the bone. We was underpaid severely. And the pay was so inconsistent, but it was more consistent than the other stuff I had going on. I said, skip it, I'm gonna buy a truck. Hence, me buying the truck. So on YouTube, trying to finish on road view. I gotta try to march on through the land, guys. And get out. Oh yeah. Anyway, anybody know my story? You guys know when I got my truck, it came with the rail yards. So for those who didn't see the story, I got a video explaining that, what happened with that, whatever. How this whole thing came about, and how I got my truck and the rail at the same time. And hold on, guys. Hold on, driver. Hold on, driver. Hold on, baby. So anyway, it's all in the story. It's in around about hold on, guys. But dang, they working on the street down here. I was trying to go down the street down here, man, trying to avoid these turns. But anyway, I got my truck and the rails came the same thing. I never dealt with rails before in my life. For those who don't know, before I got my truck, it was so crazy. And I mentioned this in another video. Was when that first night or first week I had my truck. Actually, the first night I had my truck, I thought I was dreaming. I thought it was like a nightmare that I was having. Don't ask me why I thought it was a nightmare, but I knew I had made a big jump. I buying a truck. So, you know, I woke up that night. I said, oh, it was just a nightmare. I ain't got no truck. But when I looked outside the window, because I parked my truck outside my house at that time, I was like, dang, it's real. The truck is out there. So anyway, I realized this ain't a dream. It's really a truck that I got, and I gotta do something with it. For those who don't know, as I always say, because I got a lot of 9 new subscribers on the channel, welcome to the channel, by the way, and all those subscribers, welcome to the channel. More details of these stories and other videos, just search the channel. Feel free, relax, browse through the channel, you know, razzle dazzle. Can I get through? I wonder if I can get through. They said roads closed to through traffic. I think I can get through though, guys. I don't know, man. No, I ain't gonna pull it. I hate that the bag all the way up. Let me go and go this way. Anyway, so I didn't make no money when I first got my truck. For the first month, I was blowing wheel seals. I was I didn't know how the rail yards work. I ain't had no tools. So when I first got the gist of the rail yards, I realized I needed some tools. I understand what mechanics say they built their tools up over the years. I built my tool set over the years because I found out certain tools I needed and certain tools that I just didn't have to get some things done. And after you deal with the same problems over and over again, you realize, hey, some of this stuff I can do on my own. I don't need to go to Roadability for this stuff all the time. So that's how I got to the whole fixing stuff myself type of deal. So anyway, I get my tools one day. I remember this one time I had like a 100-piece tool set from AutoZone, and I put it in my side compartment. And I was in a rush because I got tangled up in the rail yard a little too long for that day. And I messed around and put it in my side compartment, but I didn't close the door all the way. So I'm rushing for this appointment times I had to make. And you know, you come up the expressway, you go down to like a ramp. Sometimes the ramp go down, sometimes it go straight, sometimes it go up. Well, this ramp I was going down, and I had to slow down to make a turn around the corner, to make a right turn. And my door was on my driver's side. I turned the corner, and all my tools flew right into the middle of the intersection, guys. All I heard, bing, 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 bing. So I pull over, I was like, dang. Man, it was so crazy. People stopped in the middle of the intersection and started helping me pick up my tools, guys. I was like, thank you. They're like, no problem, it happens, you know. People honking. Hey, what's going on up there? Like, hey, just 1 minute. You know, we'll be okay. We just getting the tools up. He dropped his tools. Everybody help me in the Everybody helped me in the middle of that, right? In the middle of the intersection, pick up my tools. So, I get through all that, right? I finally realized, you know, okay, I see what kind of journey this is gonna be. It's gonna be rough, right? Because, you know, the intermodal is just it's not a friendly business. So other people who really don't understand how this game works. I'll just give you guys a little understanding of what made me come to this point of trucking to life. How did trucking to life come about, the channel and everything else. People don't know that I did rail yards for a couple years. No YouTube, I ain't do YouTube at the time. I couldn't take it no more. I got out of it for a couple years. Came back into it again for a couple more years. And that's when I started the channel. But before that happened though, the first couple years I was doing the intermodal, I had a couple encounters. One encounter was, and this will be the last story, guys, and I'm in the video. So one day I was, if you guys don't know what a speed trap is, I did a video about this, a speed trap. Whereas it was this road I was on, it dropped down from 55 miles per hour to 45 miles per hour for 1 mile. And the sign they had was behind some bushes. And I didn't see the sign. I think I'm doing a speed limit. And I'm going the opposite way. And I state police going the opposite way of me on the other side. And I see them, but I'm like, I ain't worried. I'm doing a speed limit, you know, I ain't speeding nothing. And they make a U-turn. And they get behind me. And I'm like, here we go. So I start slowing down, hoping they'll drive by me. They start slowing down. I said, okay. I start slowing down some more, hoping they will go by me. They start slowing down some more. I said, all right, I see what's going on here. I start slowing down some more. They start slowing down some more. We start going so slow that I just pulled over. And he pulled up right behind me, threw his lights on. I said, I knew it. I knew this guy was on something. And so he wait back there for a minute. He come up here to the front where I'm at. Hey guys, this turn right here, I'm gonna get to the story in 1 second, but this turn right here is a beast. Either deal with this turn right here, or deal with another turn down the other way. If I would've went the other way, it's another turn just like this. But the other turn is a little more sharper. I don't know which one's sharper, but I know this way I only have to deal with no train and the turn. The other way I would have to deal with a train and still have to deal with a turn anyway, so I'd rather deal with the turn only. But anyway, I digress. Now I'm gonna let it ride while I make this turn too. I gotta take up this middle lane right here to make this turn, cause if I don't, I'm gonna take out that pole up there. And you see some people up there too. But anyway, the guy finally come up to the state police finally come up to the truck, and he looking at me like, well, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing? I said, well, I pulled over. He said, I know, I see that. Hold on, don't you do it, driver. Hold on. Woo, baby. Woo! Let's go. Let's get it. He said, I see you pulled over. Why? I said, man, look, I'm gonna level with you, officer. I'm from the hood, man. Anytime the police get behind us, we do one or two things. We run or we pull over. I can't run, I'm in a truck, so I pulled over. He just looked at me, he just looking at me. He like, dude, I could tell he wanted to say some other stuff. He took his hat off, he put it on my dashboard, he seen that leaning looking at me. It's super loud in here, guys. But anyway, so yeah, guys, so after I finished you know, encounter with all the law enforcement and stuff like that over the containers. And also too, once I finally realized all the ups and the downs that come with the trucking game, I realized, okay, I gotta build something else while I'm still doing this because this trucking stuff is so volatile. I gotta build an online brand, an online presence while I'm still doing this. So that's when Trucking to Life, the channel was born, or birthed, guys. Because a lot of people don't know this, but I'm an introvert by nature. So if it wasn't for business, I wouldn't be on anyway. Like something burning. Dumb brakes is burning. Dumb brakes burning. I can smell them. And they riding like they ain't burning. Anyway, so that's where the whole Trucking to Life channel came from, guys. Because I said it wasn't for business like that, I wouldn't be on here. And since I've been doing it, I met a lot of cool people on this channel, so I don't regret none of this, guys. So, Lord willing, your boy will be around for time to come. But that's how the journey to Trucking to Life came about, guys. There's a lot more to this, but I guess I don't want to bore you guys too many stories and too long of a video. But anyway, if you're stopping by for the first time, hit that subscribe button while you're here. Why not? Don't stop by Watusian, baby. Hit that subscribe button. Also to your boy off of one-on-one coaching. If you own an operator or your company driver trying to figure out how to make this game work for you, and you don't know how to get clarity, don't get clear on where you want to go, your boy gonna help you out. Serious inquiries only. Email me at info@truckingtolife.com. Holla at your boy. Anyway, alright YouTube. Hope this video was helpful. Give you a little understanding of what's going around here. I'll see you guys in the video. Peace.